Good morning, student. Today we will do another experiment of analog and digital communication lab. What is that experiment? So the aim of the experiment is verify sampling and observe the waveform at different sections. Equipment required for this experiment is a trainer kit whose model number is DCS01, then connecting cords, power supply and a digital storage oscilloscope or DSO. First we discuss about the theory part of it. So what is sampling? A continuous time signal may be completely represented as or represented in its samples and recovered back if the sampling frequency is fs greater than equal to 2 fm. So sampling means the process in which a continuous time signal converts into a discrete time signal. In sampling process, we multiply two signal. One is the modulating signal, another one is the pulse train having frequency fs. Okay, so fs is the frequency of the pulse train, which is known as sampling frequency, and fm is the maximum frequency present in the modulating signal. So we have to maintain the condition fs greater than equal to 2 fm. So when we multiply these two signals, at the output we get the sampled signal. So after sampling, if we try to recover back the same signal, it properly recovered only if it satisfies this condition. Okay, if we violate this condition, then at the output, means after recovering the signal, we never get a proper signal. So sampling is used in a process where we convert an analog signal to a digital signal. So sampling is the first process or first step in the conversion of an analog signal to digital signal. Okay, and in sampling we have to maintain the condition, that is sampling frequency should be greater than equal to twice of maximum frequency of the modulating signal. Next, types of sampling. Sampling classified into three types: instantaneous sampling or ideal sampling, then natural sampling and flat top sampling. First one is instantaneous sampling or ideal sampling. In instantaneous sampling, the modulating signal is multiplied with a train of impulses whose pulse width is 0. Means if we denote the pulse width as tau, then it is equal to 0. So the instantaneous sampling gives a pulse train of height equal to the instantaneous value of the input signal x of t at the sampling instant. Means these samples having the amplitude as the x of t or as the modulating signal at that instant only. Okay, so as we know here the pulse width is 0. Because of that, this type of sampling technique is practically not possible. Next is the natural sampling. In natural sampling, the modulating signal is multiplied with the pulse train, and here the pulse width is always greater than 0. Means here the pulse has a finite width. Okay, and natural sampling is a practical method. So when we multiply this two signal, at the output we get a sampled signal. The top of the pulses is increasing or in a decreasing manner as per the amplitude increasing or decreasing in the input signal or modulating signal. Next is the flat top sampling. In flat top sampling also, the modulating signal multiplied with the pulse train having pulse width tau greater than 0. Okay. At the output we get the sampled signal having the top in a flat manner. Because of that, this type of sampling is known as flat top sampling. Okay. So in this experiment we maintain the condition Fs greater than equal to 2 Fm. Because of that, here we take Fs as 8 kHz and Fm as 2 kHz. So as we know, Fs greater than equal to 2 Fm. So Fs equal to 8 kHz. So when we multiply the Fm with 2, then we get a 4 kHz signal. So the condition is maintained as 8 is greater than 4. So as per that condition we do our sampling. So let's start the experiment. Let's start the experiment of sampling. So this one is the trainer kit, this is the DSO, and this one is the power supply. So see here, as we know, for sampling we need two inputs. One is the pulse signal, another one is the sine signal, or we can say modulating signal. For that, this one is the clock generator. From this clock generator we get our pulse signal. For that, first this S1 switch, we use this S1 switch and set it to group 1, GP1. You can see here GP1, the LED is glowing, means it is in the right position. Then come to the next switch, that is S2. By operating this S2, we keep the value to 8 kHz here. So this one is the 8 kHz point. The LED is glowing near that point, that means it is at correct position. Then set the duty cycle to 50%. So by keeping the switch like this, we set the value to 50%. After that, for modulating signal, we use the function generator. So here we take 1 kHz or 2 kHz modulating signal. For this experiment, I take the 2 kHz signal. So we connect a patch cord here at 2 kHz and connect it to the int1 point of the sampling block. Then here the output of the clock generator we get at this point, that is TX CLK point, and connect it to the CLK1 point of the sampling section. Okay, so the connection is over. After that, For observation using DSO, we have to give a ground point. So here is the ground point. We connect a patch cord here. Then we connect it to this, and now we are going to observe our waveform. So first we observe the waveform of modulating signal, that is 2 kilohertz signal. So here you can see the VPP, that is 2.00 volt. That means the amplitude of this signal is peak to peak value 2 volt. First we set that value to 2 volt. Then we observe the next input, that is the clock signal. So from here we get our clock signal. Here this one is the clock signal, and here we set the value to 8 kilohertz. Here it is showing 8 kilohertz. So this one is the signal, pulse signal, means signal from the clock generator. After that we see our output. So as we know, there is three types of sampling techniques. First one is the ideal sampling, next is natural sampling, then flat top sampling. So ideal sampling is practically not possible. So here in this experiment we only observe two waveforms, one for natural sampling and another for flat top sampling. So now we see the output for natural sampling. For that we set the jumper to first point. Here you can see three sections are present, three lines of pins. In first line we set the jumper. Then for natural sampling we see the output at out 1. So see the output. One second. So see the output in DSO screen. Here you can see the natural sampling. So here as per amplitude, the top of the samples are increasing or in decreasing manner. Here you can see this. So this one is the natural sampling. Next, for the flat top sampling, what we do? We just change the jumper to the last section, this last combination of pin. We just connect the jumper there. Then we see the output for flat top sampling. See here. Here you can observe now the top of each sample is in flat position. Because of that this one is known as flat top sampling, and due to some noise of environment, here these lines are showing. Okay, this is all about sampling techniques. Thank you.